y'all? Welcome back to another Cup of Conversation where we have conversations worth having. I'm your girl, Coco. And as you can see, my girl, T, not here. But we have a special guest outside of my husband. We have our special guest, my girl Tiara, one of my pod sisters, and her husband, okay? So today we're gonna keep the marriage talk going. The last time me and Carrie did an episode, we got a lot of good feedback from the episode. People was like, we need more of this, and so we got more. Okay. So today I really wanted to talk about like marriage beyond what people see online, like beyond the aesthetic of marriage, or like the things that people want to have a marriage for, like, oh, because I get a wedding and a ring. And we all know on this couch and these chairs that marriage is so much more than all of that stuff. So I kind of wanted to get into that. But before we get into that, we do a segment in our show called How You Feeling and How You Dealing. But instead of that, we're going to answer three questions. And so the first question is, what season of your marriage are y'all in right now?
You want me to answer first?
Yeah. Y'all can give y'all own answers or together answer, either way.
You go ahead. So I feel like I'm going to say something different.
So I feel like right now we at balancing. You had the building, the balancing, and the survival. I think we at balancing, just trying to balance our schedules, our aspirations in life. It's a day by day battle because it's like he got to be up early. I get a little more leniency on my job, so he got to go to bed. He can't stay up and talk and play around and stuff like that. So just balancing it out. And I think also there's a little bit of building too, because we've been together now at this point a little over 10 years. So I do think there's some rebuilding that takes place after you've been together so long. Like your priority shift. Like now we want to focus more on our health and stuff like that. So
yeah,
a little bit of those two.
I'm with that.
It's my turn? Okay. So mine is more so like balance. Like she said, we have busy schedules. You know, I get up early, even before I even go to my job. Some days I get up, I'll go run or I'll go to the gym, you know. And so when my day ends, I'm too exhausted to even sometimes even have a conversation or anything. So it's just kind of like balancing what we have in our hands at the moment.
Right. Yeah.
So it's like, you know, how's your day? If it's just a simple how's your day conversation, okay, have some type of conversation. You know, over dinner or over the phone, you know, go to sleep together, just making sure that we have some type of togetherness in some way throughout the day. Before the day ends. So it's just a balance for me.
I like that. I heard, I'll go first, babe. I put building, and the reason I put building is because I feel like we are in a stage of our marriage where we're prioritizing self in order to be productive as one. Acknowledging like the things that we need therapy, you need to learn how to do this, learn how to do it, just as a person on your own. Because I think me and Carrie, we got married kind of young. So I feel like we kind of figuring it out together. Like, what is it that really triggers you? What is it that when I say this, is it what's making you mad? Or is it the fact that I said it like this? Or like, what is it about each other or separately, or what about ourselves? Because I'm finding out new stuff about myself all the time.
Yeah, for sure.
But I think so building in that part, building ourselves individually still so we can be better as one. But also I think balancing too, and building in ways like as far as we experiencing a lot of firsts together. Because like I said, we got married young. So just learning how to balance doing certain things for the first time and not knowing nothing about it, or not having that outlet or anybody else that might have done it before or done it like we've done it. So I think balancing that part of marriage is what it is for us right now. Pretty much.
Yeah.
That sums it up. Okay, we can go with that. I know people always talk about, the second question is, I know people always talk about like the oneness of marriage. But like I said, I think that in order to be effective, like in one, you got to be effective in yourself too.
For sure.
And I think a lot of times people be like, oh, how are you preventing from losing yourself? I don't think it's like a thing of losing yourself. I just think it's of understanding who you are and, creating those boundaries and your spouse understanding who you are too. So that is one of the lessons that marriage is teaching me right now. It ain't all about oh, like, what I gotta do for him? What I gotta do for him? Like, what can you do for yourself that will benefit him in the long run by improving? You know what I'm saying? By improving in some aspects. So that's what marriage is teaching me right now in this season. What would y'all say? I'll let you go first. What is marriage teaching you, Carrie? Huh? What is marriage teaching you right now in this season?
Right now, marriage is teaching me how to. Well, actually, it's teaching me a lot, but I'm gonna just focus on this. It's teaching me more of self-discipline, just based on the point we at in our marriage. So it's more about me getting more fit for my marriage, more fit for my family, more like intact, discipline myself as far as like working out every 3 or 4 times out the week, so that I'm physically able to protect and take care of my family. Studying my word so that I'm mentally prepared to take care of my family. So it's just like a lot of self-discipline for me this season right here. Okay. It's personal.
All right. What would y'all say?
What is marriage teaching? What is it teaching me right now? How to be accountable. That's one thing that Josh does well, is hold me accountable. He'd be like, hey, you ain't been to the gym. What's going on? You said you was going to do it. What's going on? So, I mean, it's helping me with accountability for sure. And I used to be resistant to it at first.
Okay, like, what you be saying?
Why you even worried about me in the gym? Am I fat? Yeah, T, you getting up there. You getting up there a little bit. But now I have to be open to it, because he's not my enemy at the end of the day. He's trying to help me. He wants me to be healthy so I can live. We can have children and all that. So just definitely accountability right now for me.
I can see that. I can say the same.
Yeah.
So it's kind of teaching me, like, know when to hold, know when to fold, know when to address something, and know when to just let things lie. The reason why I say that is because, like you say, I do hold her accountable in terms of like the gym and things. But before I'm quick to just be like, I ain't see you doing this, I tell myself, wait, okay, did she walk at her job? You're not with her 24 hours out the day. You don't know what she been doing.
Sometimes.
You know, I teach. I run around and tell kids to sit down all day. I look at my phone. It say I done burned 350 calories. I already got 11,000 steps in.
Yeah.
You know, so if that could be the case for me, who knows what she's burning. So it's teaching me, like, know when to have these conversations and know when to just let it pass. Yeah. Because everything don't deserve a conversation.
Right.
Yeah. And, you know, it took me a long time to learn that, because I'm the type, I like to address every single thing. I don't let nothing fall by the wayside.
Look that way.
Is that Coco?
I don't let nothing fly. So this season is really teaching me, like, hey, man.
Let it fly.
Just let it be what it is. Yeah. Just address it in a couple months or so if you don't see a pattern. Because we all fall short.
Right,
you know
right.
And falling short, sometimes it could be a day, it could be a week.
Yeah.
You know?
What about a month? Okay.
That's when that's
when you need to say something. Okay.
Yeah, that's when
just to piggyback on Josh, like, I am that type of person. I feel like everything needs a conversation. I'm very much my part of my profession is like therapy. So like, I'm very much like, I want to talk about it. So how did you feel when that happened? Like, what, like, all of that. And sometimes I realize too, like, because that's me don't mean that's him, and don't mean that we need to always do that. But I need to learn that too, Josh. I need to learn.
You just gotta chill. So I'm super chill. Like, just chill out sometimes. Yeah. Please, just chill. But
I'm about to kick you out. Tiara, be quiet. Okay, next. No, really though, you're right. You do have to know how to chill. I need a chill pill or something. Y'all gotta.
But I kind of used to be like that too, though. I used to like. I used to like nitpick a lot, like every little thing, but then I don't want it to feel like I'm judging him though, like, or I think less of him. So sometimes I'm with him on that. Pick your battles.
So what do you think? Do you honestly think in your mind though that when you used to be that way, or when you are that way sometimes, do you feel like you are judging that person, or do you think, oh, I just want what's best for that person?
I think I want what's best, but I have to also think about how he gonna perceive it. Like, if I'm constantly saying, you're not doing this right, why'd you do that? What was the purpose of that? That him receiving that can probably feel like an attack. I know that I want him to be better, but the way he receives it may match up.
Got you.
Yeah.
Got you. Okay. So a little bit like, if y'all had a soundtrack, what would the title of the soundtrack be? I think I got mine, but what would y'all see?
I'm going to say Part 2 on the Run with Beyonce and Jay-Z.
Okay.
Who wants that perfect love story anyway?
Yes.
Just because, I mean, you have this idea of what your marriage gonna be.
Yes.
And you got the idea in your head, and then when it don't turn out to be the idea, but it still can be beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you still have beautiful moments, and you still rebuild and make it beautiful. It's like, it's still a love story. It ain't perfect, but
it's still, it's your love story.
It's my love story.
Okay, yes. I like that. I like that. I was gonna say, what is it called? Rihanna, must be love on the brain.
Love on the brain.
Yeah, love on the brain. Love on the brain. Because like I feel like the reason I'm picking that song is just because I feel like we have been in like this constant like mode of like, what is it called? What did you say? What do you call it? Remember we were outside with my mama that day and you was like, the term you use, like constantly like being where you want to, like being. Like becoming.
Oh,
becoming who you want to be, and like in the process of becoming who you want to be, is really what you do is you just be the person that you see you want to be every day, and then it turns out you're that person. Like it's not really this scientific thing,
right?
So I think that we are like always thinking like, okay, how can we be better? How can we, talk better, communicate better? How can we, pick our battles today? Or what, like always evaluating ourselves to think about how can we love better, basically. Yeah. So that's why I picked Rihanna, Love on the Brain.
Well,
I know you ain't got no song. Don't say NBA Youngboy.
No, I do have a song.
Okay, go.
But the question kind of confused me because I thought I was making up my own title.
Oh.
But I do have a song though still.
Okay, go ahead.
The song is by Rocco. It's called Balance.
Okay.
So, just trying to balance everything out because kind of like as a man, what I had for balance in my mind in life, when you get married, it's not the same. Mm-hmm. So, just rebalancing everything, finding that rebalance, trying to balance it all out.
Okay.
As the words of Rocco, you know what I'm saying?
Okay, Rocco. Yeah. Shout out to Rocco. Have to listen to that on the way home.
Yeah.
Josh, what you got?
So mine is, rest in peace, D'Angelo, Cruising. Because when I think of the song from a perspective of a musician, because I play drums,
right?
It's, the drum cadence is simple. It's a pocket. It's just something you stick into throughout the song to make the song work. Mm-hmm. And that's basically where I'm kind of at in the marriage right now, especially with everything going on, just sticking to a pocket, sticking to what works to just keep it going.
I like that.
Okay.
I love that.
You ate that. Okay.
See, from a pocket. What? Yeah. When I get to using that next week, I'm in a pocket.
I'm in a pocket right now. You know what I'm saying?
I love that. So this is kind of old, and we kind of talked about it a little bit, but LeBron made a statement that basically said if he got to fight, he got to crawl, he got to scratch, he got to bite to keep Savannah. He gonna do it. He gonna do what he got to do, and he does not want to be alone. And so it was a lot of different ways you can perceive that statement or take that statement, I think, personally. What does those words mean to y'all? Do y'all look at those literal, like if I got to fight, crawl, scratch as literal, or do y'all look at it as like just the different ways marriage can, the things you can go through marriage, you know what I'm saying? Because it's not always like we're not physically fighting,
right?
We're not physically scratching and crawling and crying and da-da-da-da. But sometimes it is. But these are what are the ways that y'all fight in marriage? Like, what does that look like? You know what I'm saying? In reality, like, because I think we have this idea that marriage is either this fairy tale or it's either your man cheating on you and that's not always marriage problems. Like that, I think a lot of the world on the internet, they think that that's like one of the only worst things somebody can do. No, it's a lot of not having a good communication in a marriage or not having, not being triggered by past trauma. It's other things that you have to work out in a marriage.
Right.
So what do y'all think that means? Like, what does that mean? What does that look like to y'all? Like, fighting, crawling, scratching it to save your marriage. What does that look like?
Want me to start?
You can go ahead.
Okay, so from my perspective, it kind of looks like the opposite of it, which the opposite of fighting is submitting. You know, what I mean by that is like sometimes you're going to have to do some things that you don't want to do for the significant other or because she wants to do it. I'll give y'all a good example. She knows this, the Halloween party. That was all her. I don't like that many people at my house.
Yeah.
But I had to make that sacrifice for her because I know that's what makes her happy. That's what makes her happy, you know? And the way life's been life and for the both of us right now, I was like, you know, she could use that extra dose of happiness.
Right.
So sometimes just letting the other person have it, submitting to it, not fighting for it, not even fighting for it to even be a compromise, just fighting for them to just be able to get what they need to be in the space they need to be in.
I love that.
Yeah, Josh is more introverted. I'm hostess with the mostest, so I like to host people at my house. Like, so that's been a constant little. That's another balancing aspect for sure.
I'm the host that say goodnight at 9:30.
Yeah,
don't really be sleep, but just be tired of talking.
Right. You just tired of entertaining.
I'm tired of. I'm overstimulated.
Yeah,
you know, it don't take much for me to get overstimulated. I'll say my couple words and I just get quiet and I just say goodnight and then I just go in the room.
Yeah,
and that'll be a wrap.
Yeah. I think the fights of a healthy, I think things like communication and knowing when to give your spouse what they need, I think that those are really signs, or fights are really signs of healthy marriage. Like, you know, the things that you have to put, like, it's like you saying, I don't want to give it a negative light, like, oh, I have to put up with somebody coming to the house or whatever, for just an example. It's not that you're putting up with it, it's that you're choosing that because you love that person so much or you care for that person's well-being.
It's perspective.
Yeah,
I like the reframe because
Yeah. So I think that that's a sign of a healthy marriage. Like, even though that could be a fight, no, I'm standing on whatever I want to do. I'm not having no people over here or whatever the case may be. Choosing that on the other side is showing like, no, this is what a healthy marriage looks like. Because it could be the other way around.
Right, because it has all the validity in the world for you to not want something, you know, that's valid. You had a long work week, you don't want to see too many people.
Yeah.
Highly understandable.
Understandable, yeah.
You just got to drop that now because there's a bigger need at hand for the other person.
Yeah.
You know, so it's just that.
Carrie, I had asked the question, what does it really mean to fight for your marriage without losing yourself in the process? Did you want to speak to that? You had a real life example about the wedding that you wanted to give, like.
Okay, yeah. Can you restate that question one more time for me?
What does it really mean to fight for your marriage without losing yourself in the process?
Okay, so what does it mean to fight for your marriage? I'm gonna give an example. This is the example I was giving you earlier. So. Basically, when me and my wife got married, after we said I do, probably 30 minutes later. Not even 30 minutes later, our families got into like an altercation, right?
What?
The worst.
So, the worst altercation. So, basically, we probably not even 30 minutes outside of saying I do. So, we run into this type of chaos that every marriage probably don't want to deal with, you know what I mean? So we both young, under 30, and we got this to deal with 15 minutes later after we say I do. And we don't even know what happened. We was in the dressing room, so we don't know what happened.
As my mama say, in fetal position.
You know what I mean? So
just scared, just
so
like,
basically,
what is going on?
So basically, you got all of this going on, but you don't know what's going on. So like I told her, at that point in time, like when two people, first off, y'all get married, so of course y'all got to be either y'all then had an encounter with God, or y'all following God. So with that being said, so in my mind, I'm like, you know, my family and her family collide. I'm like, on our wedding day, I'm like, I'm so much in shock that, you know, you can't do nothing but lean on God, because it's like when you try not to lose yourself. So when I say lose myself, if I would have reacted, we probably wouldn't even be married right now. Yeah. Because it would have been crazy. You know what I mean? Yeah. So by me taking myself out that situation, letting God deal with it, of course, God, if he deal with it, every time he ain't gonna deal with it right then and there. Suddenly, sometimes he's gonna put you through a test. You know what I'm saying? To see how you withstand whatever journey he got you on. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So basically, taking myself out that situation, I feel like it really saved our marriage, and I let God deal with it. So that's what pretty much I would say about that.
How do you keep from losing
How do
yourself?
I keep from losing myself? Take myself out the situation, give it to God,
Yeah.
and try to mirror it. When I take myself out the situation, I go follow God. So I try to mirror God. So how I react to anything is going to be of God, because I don't.
Or how he would do it.
I don't know what to do in the flesh. You know what I mean?
Right, for sure.
Yeah, I can agree. I ain't gonna lie. I can agree, because even like the thought process, and I had recently I had spoke to his family probably about now 2 years now, like a year ago.
A year
ago.
Year and a half.
I had came. God had I was in prayer, and I was I don't even remember. I can't remember what got me to thinking about that situation, but God convicted me, because I might have said something self-righteous in a moment, and then God told me, he was like, but if you can really be honest with yourself, before the wedding, when everything before the wedding never happened, how did you handle them? Did you handle them like I would have handled them, or did you let what they did make you act in a fleshly way? And of course, at this time, I wasn't nowhere near, like, now I ain't gonna say nowhere near saved, but I wasn't really practicing what I was preaching. Like, I was talking it, but I wasn't really walking it. Okay. Yeah. And so when he said that, I was like, I heard it start going back. I'm like, nah, because when they said F me, I said F them. So like, nah, you wouldn't have done that. So in that moment, I was like, okay, even though I might feel like I'm owed an apology because it was my wedding, this how I feel. Like, you have to really take accountability from all aspects. And so I ended up apologizing to his sisters, just for whatever part I played in it. His mom, his sisters, whatever part I played in it. But that was one of the things that I felt like, how do you keep from losing yourself, God? Yeah, literally, like just being accountable and being real with yourself. Like, okay, this might be somebody else's fault, but it takes two. Mm-hmm. And what part did your two play? What did you do in that part too? So I think just holding myself accountable is the best way to not lose myself. Like, be real with yourself. Mm-hmm. Did y'all have anything that keeps y'all from not losing yourself in the face of like adversity with marriage or anything like that?
I'm pretty in line with what y'all just said.
Right.
Going to God.
Do y'all think that that level of fight, whenever you are going through the thick of marriage, do you think the level of fight that you have to put up is romantic or exhausting?
I mean, in the middle of it, it's exhausting. When you actually like going through some like serious stuff to where you looking at, is this about to end, or are we going to keep doing this like that? Mm-hmm. It can be exhausting. Right. I'm not going to lie. It could be exhausting.
It can be.
But I think that once you get through all the smoke and stuff, it does become romantic. And it's like, we really fought for this. Like, we really did this to stay together. So then it becomes romantic.
Yes.
And beautiful.
Well, I won't go into my answer because that was my answer. That literally was exactly what I said. Like, it really does. It will be a lie to be like, no, it's fairy tales. It's easy. No, it's like really like, nigga, what's wrong with you? Like, what? Like, get it together. Like, you don't never think like, what's wrong with you?
Right.
You be like, what's wrong with you? Like, you the problem? You the reason.
Yeah.
But when you really take yourself out of it and you see each other doing the work, it's like, okay, that nigga love me. He really doing the work. Okay. But no. Okay. Okay. Where is the thin line between commitment and chaos? What's that thin line? Like, how do you know?
It's when it's kind of like constantly throwing stuff at the wall to see what sticks. If you're at a point where you're constantly doing that and nothing is working, it's just like at a job. It's just like at a therapist. If you're meeting for marriage counseling, she constantly giving y'all advice and y'all having the same problems over and over again. Eventually, so counselors fire like their clients.
Yeah, they do.
Can't get it right. So it's kind of just like, if nothing is working, you done prayed, you done went to therapy, you done went to counseling, you didn't talk to other people, which I'm kind of against that just because people are jaded.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm very mindful with that. But if you went through all of those avenues and nothing works, then it's at a point where it's just chaos at that point.
Right.
Yeah.
Because nothing's working.
Mm-hmm.
And you probably didn't try to do more than what you should have in the first place.
Right.
At that point.
And when it's like that, you just gotta let it breathe sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we've been there. We've been fired by therapists before, if I'm being transparent. Like, y'all, because it's like, we just couldn't come to like an agreement on a certain situation.
Right.
So it's like, you just gotta let it breathe. Once you let the stuff breathe, then you can come back to the table and have a real conversation.
Right.
And I think it all comes down to just one question. Do you want it to work or not?
Right.
Yeah.
And for both parties.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want it to work or not? If you do, okay, you know this is what you got to do for her. You know this is what she has to do for you.
Right.
If y'all ain't willing to do it, it's not going to work out. That's
Right.
it. There's no in between.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
That's true.
That's just how it is.
Did you have a take on that, babe? About what's the difference between commitment and chaos? Like, what's that thin line?
You got to take on it.
I do. I think
Like, you got it.
And I think when it separates you from God, or when it's something that makes you act in a fleshly, worldly way, that's when you know it's like, okay, now we're not just committed to trying to understand each other. Now it's becoming chaos. Like, now it's like tit for tat and stuff that, like, that's different than having something to fight for versus, okay, you know, we trying to get an understanding. Like, okay, now at this point, it ain't a get an understanding. Now you just doing what you want to do, like, or I'm doing what I want to do. Like, I think that's what the thin line for me is, like. And like you said, it boils down to, you really want to be here? Like, do you want this to work or do you not? Like, which one is it? So, type of thing. But I'm going to end it right there for YouTube, and thank y'all for watching. If you want to see more of this episode, make sure you go into Patreon and like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you.